Hello everybody and welcome to Wide Open Wednesday with SRI Performance. I'm here today with Randy from PFC. We're going to talk about the latest and greatest in dirt racing for 2017. Now Randy, what's new and exciting in 2017 for dirt racing? What are some new innovations that are going on these days?
Well, Chase, in dirt racing nowadays, I mean, there's, chassis builders are, they're building their cars using, SolidWorks and computer programs and a lot of engineering are going into the cars nowadays. And, they're even using pull-down rigs. And then also, the shock packages are amazing. The motor packages are getting better, day in and day out. And now it's time for, the teams to kind of migrate toward the right brake package to use. And what are we going to do in the brake system? And with all the dry slick tracks that are going on nowadays that we're racing on, all the different disciplines across the country, there's a lot of trail braking that's going on. And if you're trail braking, you're winning.
Yeah, well, I'm not so familiar with that, so you have to explain to me a little bit what trail braking actually is and what it's doing for these guys that are out there winning every weekend.
Trail braking, again, with the dry slick track, back in the day, a driver would manipulate the throttle and to kind of keep, forward bite at all times. But you're on the gas, you're off the gas, and you're trying to keep that, that forward bite. Well, with trail braking, what a driver's able to do is just barely breathe on the brake pedal and stay on the throttle. And what that's doing is keeping the rear end, what we call, up on the bars, okay? So you'll notice a lot of the better drivers, you'll see them, driving down the straightaway with the nose in the dirt. I mean, they're just constantly keeping it up on the bar. And the reason that's important is because you have, so much torque coming through the drivetrain. The motors, just so much horsepower. And again, whoever keeps forward bite is going to win the race. One thing we work hard on at PFC is when the driver is, breathing on the pedal, he's because there's very little air pressure in the tires. So you want something that's going to be able to not upset the tire. Because think about it, when the torque forward bite, and now you're applying pressure, is trying to stop that tire and bring it back. And that transition right there, it needs to be as smooth as possible, okay? And the way we do that is with their caliper design. And then also we introduce what we call dynamic timing and putting a lot of timing in the brake system.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Discuss some of these products that are helping these drivers accomplish these goals.
Okay, well first we'll talk about, it's probably our premier package for super late model and crate late model racing, as well as our Northeastern Modifieds. We'll also use these items. What I'm holding here is a ZR24 caliper. It's an all aluminum monoblock design, radial mount for stiffness. It's got an internal crossover tube. We also have insulators that are on the pistons to keep the caliper as cool as possible. This caliper here, very, very quick release, but even quicker engagement. And again, with trail braking, I mean, you want something that when you do trail brake, it's immediate and it's released immediately. And again, we're not upsetting anything. What we do with this package, we'll accompany it with our 284 V3 rotor. It's a 3/4 inch rotor on 11 3/16 diameter, and it's only 6 pounds. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we float it. We have two different style hubs here. We're able to float on an 8-bolt back design or a 5-bolt design. This is actually the hat. It's an aluminum hat. Fits on the back of the hub, bolts down, and then the rotor will simply fit inside the hat. And then we have a snap ring that'll pop the ring into place. Another caliper we just designed is our 94 caliper. It's our larger caliper. Basically the same principles as the ZR24. This is our ZR94. Bigger pistons, again, internal crossover tubes, all radio mounted, one-piece design. This caliper here weighs about 4.6 pounds. We typically, yeah, so basically we have, two different designs. You've got the smaller type package, you've got the larger type package, and we're kind of experimenting now with, running this on the front and all four corners, of course, mm-hmm. and then running that on the back and those kinds of things. But, with brake systems now, they're, there's so many different things we can do with them, mm-hmm. and so many different compounds and frictions and and all those sorts of things. So, but PFC is very excited about their dirt program and where we're going with it. And one thing is that, you know, we're no compromise. I mean, we're not compromising in dirt racing. Again, as you design the chassis, we want to design the brake products to work with the chassis just as better than anything else that's available. And you know, another caliper we just designed is our 94 caliper. It's our larger caliper. Basically the same principles as the ZR24. This is our ZR94. Bigger pistons, again, internal crossover tubes, all radio mounted, you know, one-piece design. This caliper here weighs about 4.6 pounds. We typically, yeah, so basically we have, you know, two different designs. You've got the smaller type package, you've got the larger type package. Well, I'll tell you, you know, this year, and it's very early in the season, we're up to 6 wins already. With the ZR24 package. We actually had 4 this past weekend.
Wow.
And but probably one of the biggest things that we hang our hat on is that, you know, in 2015, we were able to capture the track record at Eldora Speedway with one of our local drivers, Chris Ferguson. ZR24 package, he still runs it today. I believe his, you know, the track record is 14.866. It still holds today in the super late model world. I'll tell you, you know, PFC, you know, it's a family-driven company. It's a very passionate company. And again, we want to be in victory lane just as bad as the team and drivers. So you're right. I mean, we're at the track. Boots are on the ground any week, whether it be asphalt and or dirt. And but we're there. You know, we're their technical support. We're their brake engineer. We're actually making changes at the track. You know, as the track changes, we're making adjustments. And I'm very proud to say that about PFC. You know, we stand behind our product, and not only do we do that, but we're there to ensure that it's working the way it's supposed to be working. PFC is very excited to continue our continued growth with SRI Performance for many years to come.
Cool, Randy. Well, thanks so much for coming out today, and look forward to seeing you more throughout 2017.
Yeah, thank you very much.